Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction video and this time I'm reacting to a new singer to me. This is another Norwegian singer. Her name is Aurora and she is singing Through the Eyes of a Child live at Nidarosdomen. I hope I said that right. Let's have a listen.
The world is covered by our trails, and scars we cover up with paint. Watch them preach inside our lives. I would rather see the world through the eyes of a child, through the eyes of a child.
This is my first, I'm just already getting some little chills. Her focus and lots of stuff with the hands. It reminds me of Hua Chenyu. Hands are really part of his performance. And look at her, so deep and so wise child. Gorgeous cathedral.
Darker times will come and go, times you need to see her smile, and mother's hands are warm and mild. I would rather feel the world through the skin of a child, through the skin of a child.
She is so focused, eyes shut, feeling this beautiful song. She looks like she's still a child herself or just out from being a child, but so clear, so focused, so present, and just almost this etheric voice, like a fairy in the night, in the snow, in the cold of Norway and the fjords. Yeah. Interesting, very interesting performance.
When a human strokes your skin, that is when you let them in. Let them in before they go. I would rather be alive with a childlike soul, with a childlike soul. Don't you, please don't leave me here.
Wow, that was really touching. She just reminds me of like a little fairy or a nature spirit. And I get some inspiration from Björk from Iceland. And interesting, she was just so focused in this song. And she almost moves like a dancer. So those hands are moving, and we just have this very sense of the physicality in her body as she sings the story of this. And what a gorgeous performance in a beautiful setting with the choir and this beautiful church and this gorgeous blue light. It was stunning. And there's a sense of that physicality with the skin. I don't know much about the song. I just barely did some research on her. And she's still pretty young. I think she's 26. Really well known, well known in America. I've never heard of her before, but I've heard that she is very well known in Scandinavia. And I'm just stunned by her focus. Again, such focus for a young person, and her whole body and her being expresses the lyric and the story in a way that's just very compelling, very, like I said, angelic, very nature spirit, just so sweet and present. And what I loved, I always like to watch what happens to the performers after they sing, because that's this thing about performing. You have to kind of get up to perform, and then you have to like come out of it, and it's a high, it's an energy boost. So very many people have different ways of coming across on stage, but when she was done singing, she just kind of had this, was in this inward place, and then she came out of it, and then there she was, this young girl who's somewhat modest, because that's how Scandinavians are, you know, they're just very modest. They don't want to stand out. They want to be like everyone else. And I grew up in a Scandinavian home, so I know that quite well. In fact, it was only later that I realized how Scandinavian I grew up, with my Swedish grandmother and the Swedish culture very inherent in my family. And I went to a church, a Lutheran church, as a child that was very Norwegian. And my grandmother was like, oh, we're Swedish and Norwegians. But when I did genetic testing, guess what? I found out I had a 19% Norwegian ancestry with half a Swedish. So I pulled all the Scandinavian genes to me. So that's interesting. So I'm more interested because obviously my ancestors, many of them were Norwegian too. So I won't have a race on who is the best, because I know Scandinavians love to kind of poke fun at each other, you know, which is kind of funny. But now I can't poke fun at my own self. So she was just so pure. There's this purity in her sound, in her tone, and she would just great ear. But what it was stunning, her voice was very beautiful. It was bright, it was light. She could go into this breathy sound, into more of a kind of more of a, I want to say a banshee, but more of a intensity with the what I call the bite technique, the belt, to some breath and some of this innocence. But I just loved the way she used her body and her arms to tell that story. And again, from the eyes closed, really sensing where it came from this introverted place out, not the other way around. And so, like I said, I've talked about singers, whether they're hot singers or cold singers. And I don't mean cold singers, cool singers. And cool singers bring people to them. You know, they're feeling the emotion, they're sensing everything, and then they're magnetic. And then the hot singers are like moving around and doing stuff, and all this energy's going out, you know. And if you're not that hot singer, it's going to feel awkward feeling cool. And if you're not that cool singer, you're going to feel awkward standing still. So I always like to appreciate that, because learning how to perform is a whole nother set of skills. I mean, there's learning how to sing, and then there's learning how to perform. And they don't always go together. The goal is to put them together. But for such a young person, looks like she was maybe a teenager, I'm guessing at this time, or maybe early 20s. She looks very young to me, but just a lot of purity, very pure and very honest and sincere. So yeah, so you Aurora fans, please let me know what other Aurora songs I should listen to. I'm certainly intrigued, and I'd love to listen to more. So you can leave links below in the description, or in the comments, I mean. And I also want to let you know, if you're interested in lessons, I am teaching online. I've been teaching online since 2011, and that's when my channel blew up. So if you're interested in lessons, you can go to my website at vocalsplendor.com. And last of all, I want to let you know my 2 free passion projects on Facebook. The first one is called Creative Soul Alignment, and that's for people who love spirituality and creativity, because we are here to create our world. And the more we express ourselves creatively, the more we're bringing in our divine flow. So it's so important. So that's a great group. I have people all over the world, a lot of people from my YouTube channel. And the other group is YouTube Success Strategies, because I'm now helping people grow their YouTube channels. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years, so I've learned so much by trial and error, and I look forward to helping so many other people grow their YouTube, because it's not an easy thing. There's a lot of little secret tips and tricks that you need to do to really succeed. And so I look forward to seeing you guys all there. All right, take care. Bye.